Hey, it's Jay, back again. You're going to see several videos from me in the immediate future. I'm playing catch up. Last week I didn't get a bunch out, so I do want to do several videos. I think I'm going to do 4 of them this weekend. I just finished recording one on 5 things you can do to improve your game. Incorporating some of the things that I've been doing that you may or may not have been seeing in the videos that I've been putting up. Okay, so this video, we've done some things around practices and skill drills. This is going to be skill drill number 10. So if you remember, the last drill we did, we had the ball at half a diamond here and half a diamond here, or was it 1 diamond and 1 diamond maybe? I think it was half. I think we did half last time. It was a 30 to 60 degree cut, and I will be going back and talking about these when we get past the basics and we start to get into the more advanced lead and positional shots. But we had a shot like this, and we used it to roll to this rail, that rail, that rail, that rail, up to that rail, and I think into this rail. Well, so we talked about all the different how to get to each of the 6 rails on the table from here, from the cut where you're cutting it into the pocket and the cue ball's going off to the right. So the corresponding drill the other way would be to start here, where you're at 1 diamond and 1 diamond, and now you're cutting it off to the left. For purposes of the camera, we're going to shoot this the other way. We're going to put this on this side. I'll show you the setup in a minute, but basically we're going to show how to get to all. So we showed how to get to all 6 rails last time by coming off the short rail. This time we're going to go off the long rail, and we're going to get to all 6 of the rails and the center of the table. So this one's going to be pretty short and sweet. I'm going to move the camera up. By the way, I changed the camera angle. The camera's a little lower than it was, but now the table's level and it doesn't look like I'm like on a ship and should be stumbling off to the side. So, and I'm going to try to get a taller tripod, maybe one that's another 3 feet tall, so I can get way up and overlooking the table at a better angle. For you to see what's going on, and especially I may even add a second camera for the sake of straight pool, so that you can see what's going on down at the end of the table a little better. Anyhow, so I'm gonna go ahead and adjust the camera so you can see what's going on, and then I will show you how to hit this to get to each of the rails. All right, so here is the setup for today's drill. We're going to have the cue ball 1 diamond up, one diamond this way, 2 diamonds that way, and then we're going to have the 1 ball, which is 1st diamond and 1st diamond. I'm using these little donut holes. Whatever you do, do not beat the balls into the table to make them sink into the donut holes. You'll regret it when you come back to play a game later after practicing. Just put the donut holes there, they'll hold the balls in place. They don't have to be exact. If you're a little bit this way, if you're a little bit this way, they will still work as long as you're roughly right there. So 1 diamond in, and then 1 diamond out to the 1 ball and 1 more diamond out to the cue ball. That's our setup, and we're cutting it into that corner pocket. So we're going to try to shoot this, and we're going to leave it up within a ball's distance of that rail. Now you can see, it's very hard. I even had check English on that. Very hard to get to this rail. from this shot. There's just no way to really kill that momentum. So what you have to do on this, to get to this rail with this shot, is you have to go around the table. You use draw to do it, you go around the table. Okay, now you're within a ball's distance at this end. So to do that, I hit it with right hand English, a little bit below center, but not much. Now, perfect. That's how I'd shoot that. Don't do that. I was just showing that for a joke. Don't shoot that shot. Or don't practice that shot. All right, well, we took it a little bit longer than we wanted to, but I mean, it's within the ball's distance of the rail, so we'll count that. You really want to be out here. All right, so we have done this rail and this rail. What about that rail? Okay, well, so this is, getting to this rail can be done with just top English and going across. And there you go. So the next one after that, we're going to go to this rail on this end. All right, so you have two ways to enter this rail. One is you can come this way and your speed has to be right, okay? The other way is you can hit this rail first. And if you hit this rail first, it slows the ball down. It will actually have English to help slow the ball down. And then you bounce off this rail and stop within, which gives you twice as much landing area. So if it's me, I'm going to hit this with top right English, which is going to let me cut it in. It's going to hit here, it's going to hit here, and then it's going to drop in down here. And I'm going to apologize if you hear the chainsaws and the motorcycle in the background. That's my neighbors. It's a nice day out, so they're out doing their thing. I apologize if that's, I'm going to try to cover it up. I may not be able to. By the way, you notice I did not have to hit that hard to get it there. The only time you have to hit hard is when you don't have momentum. This shot, you have momentum just about every time. The only time you really don't is for the check English. Okay, so that was just a little bit above center and a little bit to the right. And just a nice, easy hit to get it there. Now we're going to do the other side of this rail. There are a few ways to get there. The one that you're going to want to practice is top English. All right, as I'm sure you guessed by now, getting to this rail is the same shot that we did coming around to that rail. It's just hitting it a little bit softer. Just a little right. So that's how you would get to the bottom of this rail. To get to the top of this rail up near the side pocket, what you would do, same shot, but instead of a lot of right and a little top, you would do a lot of top and a little bit of right and just go straight across the table. Right? So that's how you would get to the bottom of this rail. To get to the top of this rail up near the side pocket, what you would do, same shot, but instead of a lot of right and a little top, you would do a lot of top and a little bit of right and just go straight across the table. Right? This rail. Believe it or not, this rail is probably the easiest of all of these to get to. All it is top left English or just left, either way. I like top left. Very difficult to get to this portion of the table on this angle. If you need to, so sorry for your luck. The best you can do is check English, try to hold the cue so the cue's can come off on this angle, hit here. You check, it comes over here. You get a little bit tougher shot. If there's traffic in here, I wouldn't even try it. I might try going around the table, getting into this little tiny area here and shooting that shot the other way. But yeah, I'm not. It can be done under certain conditions. If the table's fast enough, if the rails are reactive enough, you can get here. It takes extreme English to do it. It's bottom inside English. What you have to do is you have to hit this in, have the cue ball come off on its angle, which is here, okay? Hit here, it comes off that rail and it actually curves and then spins around the table. Now, the rails on this table are not reactive enough to pull that off. I can get the curve, but I can't get it to spin around the table. Not a shot I practice. It's such an extreme shot. Just don't put yourself in this position if you can help it, and if your opponent does, think about playing safe or think about playing a different shot. That's skill drill number 10. This is controlling the cue ball. The same corner pocket shot, same angle. It's that 45-degree angle that we used last time. It's just from the other side. Instead of hitting the short rail first, you're hitting the long rail first. We will continue down this road. There are two other series of shots that we need to do, and there'll be 2 videos for each of those 2 series. With regards to corner pocket shots, those will be when it's less than a 30-degree cut and when it's more than a 60-degree cut. Right now we're in the 30 to 60-degree angle, and these shots work for all shots in the 30 to 60-degree angle into the corner pocket. With that, we'll let you go. And if you like what you saw, hit like, hit subscribe, ding the notification bell, and we'll see you next time.